Hello, Adab, Namaste. Welcome to yet another episode of India's Business Legends. Today, we're meeting Sameera Satija, who is a not so young entrepreneur and who did a job all her life, but then the entrepreneur bug hit her and she took VRS. So let's meet her and find her interesting story where she's making amazing impact on the environment as well. Hello, Sameera.
Hello.
So first of all, tell us, how was your job like? What were you doing?
So I was working with central government. It's an audit department. People know it by Comptroller and Auditor General of India.
So basically, you're the one who's behind all those newspaper headlines saying that this is the scam happening in the country.
Yeah, of course, one of them. You're not directly involved in those reports, but yeah, I'm one of them. It's my office. It used to be my office. So you can say that, yeah.
So why did you finally, leave your job?
While working, I've been involved in environmental activities, and I started those activities around 7-8 years back. And gradually as the time flows and I just got more involved into those activities, so I sort of find it's my calling and I have to do something for this thing, which is becoming my passion. And with my office, I was not able to, contribute time and energy. So I thought of calling a quit. I mean, I have to take a call, either this side or that side, and maybe I took the call that to take VRS.
So Samira, you worked for 29 years in the same job. How hectic or how easy or difficult was the job aspect?
Well, it was hectic as well as easy. Hectic because I have to commute from Gurgaon to Delhi. So it was
that
hectic.
Must have been a nightmare because it still is.
Yeah, it was a nightmare, but thanks to metro now.
How many hours did you take to reach your office?
Yeah, total, to and fro, it was around 4 hours in commuting. So in that way it was difficult, but easy in sort of way that once you are in office, you are relaxed, sitting up in a easy environment. You have the staff to bring water, tea and everything. So that way it was easy, but yeah, commuting was a hassle. It was a mixed experience, although I loved working there, but yeah, I had to take this call.
So what was that one incident that made you realize, okay, now I'm going to start something of my own?
Not any one incident, but I think the mix of everything. Once I was getting more involved in my activities, I think in the other part, maybe I just realized now it's been 29 years. I'm not going to get another life to do the things I'm passionate about or the work I love doing. So I think the mix of everything, and the other thing that I was not able to contribute time equally to my office and these activities. So I think at certain point I had to take the call, either it's office, I have to contribute my time and energy over there, or either this. So I think that makes me take the decision. It wasn't any one incident, but yeah, the collective, reasons.
So just to tell our viewers, Samira is running not just one but 3 parallel businesses. So Samira, which was the first one that you started?
Well, the first one was of course Crockery Bank for everyone, because
how long ago was it?
It was around 7 years back.
Okay.
And that time I was working, so I technically I could not do anything which makes profit, because I was working with the government department, and as per the rules you cannot make any commercial activity. So that was one of the reason, but otherwise also I didn't want to do anything profitable in terms of that Crockery Bank initiative, because it was a call where I want to give people a sustainable solution to the single-use plastic. And if I would have put a money or a charge on it, so it would not have reached to that level which it is now, because bringing and asking someone or the people to use reusable crockery and then pay for it, it was a very it was not going to happen. Yeah.
What exactly was the enterprise?
So it's a collection of stainless steel crockery.
How many do you have in total?
So in terms of number of utensils, if I talk about only my the setup, it is around 800 and 900 utensils, utensils in the main sets, the plates and the spoons and the glasses.
Okay.
So 900 set. So it's a collection of stainless steel crockery, as I told you, and anyone can take the crockery, use it, wash it and drop it back, and you don't have to pay any charges for that, for using the crockery. So if you have any kind of event at your home, be it religious or social, people have different kinds of occasions, or the celebration at their home. Satsang hai, kirtan hai, birthday party hai, any housewarming party, any kind of this thing. You can just take the crockery and just use it, wash it and drop it back. Please don't use single-use plastic, and don't pay me anything so that you can save money as well as the environment. So that was the thought behind this.
So how many people are currently using your crockery?
In that way, everyone is using, because if someone has taken the crockery from me for using, even for once, he's associated with this thing.
Right.
So I cannot count them on tips because it's numberless now. Or the pickup or the drop off is happening on daily basis. So I cannot keep the number, but I can tell you the impact of this initiative in terms of single-use plastic we have been able to save. So as I started it alone, but now I have around 39 teams all across the nation, all over India.
Wow.
And with the collective effort, we have been able to save around 8,90,000 single-use plastic. The data I'm telling you on a very lower side, because I don't keep the number, it's one by one, but in a random number, it's around 9 lakh.
Which is fantastic. I think we've probably done some good to the environment by saving so much of, by basically, not throwing more garbage
into this, because this whole plastic thing and the single-use culture thing it's just harming the environment directly as well as the natural resources indirectly. So I'm not saying that single-use plastic is a culprit, single-use culture. I'm repeating it again. It's not just the plastic, it's the single-use culture. Even if you are using a cloth on daily basis or as a single-use it's very harmful. You are going to spoil the next generation and spoiling their share of natural resources.
That is very true. So what was the second enterprise that you started?
So the second was cleaners, the organic cleaners, Bioenzyme. It is generally called Bioenzyme. So it's enzyme-based organic cleaners. So as I told you this, as I got involved more into the environment, I realized that it's not just the environment as such, the air pollution or the bad quality of air. It's the water pollution also, which we don't see usually, but we are spoiling our water. So the water pollution is huge, and the major contributors into spoiling the water or the quality of the water are the chemical cleaners we use at our homes. So I just got to know.
So by chemical cleaners, do you mean the phenyl?
Yeah. I'm not taking the name of the brands, but
So what exactly do we mean by bioenzymes?
So bioenzyme again is a natural process, and it's a product or the liquid which is versatile. You can it's a great alternative to all the household cleaners you use at your homes, be it a toilet cleaner or your mopping, the floor mopper, or maybe the tile cleaner or the chimney cleaner. Any kind of chemical cleaners you use at your home, it's a great alternative to all the cleaners. So one product can replace 5-6 chemicals from your homes, and it's natural, it's organic.
So can we also make them at home?
Yeah, it is easily, you can make those cleaners. It's very easy. It's a process, although it's a process. I cannot tell the process in just 1 or 2 minutes, but it's very easy to make. I can just tell this, it's very easy to make. It takes around 3 months to complete the process, but very easy to make. And from your own kitchen waste.
So this one is a business that you started, and what's the name of the brand?
Well, it's a generic name, Bioenzyme. You can name any, you can name it any way.
Okay.
You can name any brand, whatever you like, but generic name is Bioenzyme. You can call it anything, and I don't call it by any other name, because Bioenzyme is very versatile. People know it by Bioenzyme. Although when I teach other people, then I'll ask them, you can name it any way you want to.
How many units are you selling?
So it depends on we cannot measure the bioenzyme units in a way that 1 liter of bioenzyme can be diluted.
Okay.
It can be hugely diluted and then people can use it. So if I'm selling 1 liter of bioenzyme, it will be used by the consumer in 5 liters.
Okay.
So I cannot calculate in that way, but yeah, around 50 liters a month or something like that. Yeah,
You're able to sell.
and it's not only my selling. I'm telling you as a collective selling, because I teach other people to make and then sell it. So it's a collective thing.
Okay. And how many people do you have in this?
Not directly, not any other person, but I'm teaching them as a mentor, or I guide them.
Okay.
I take the proper classes, proper workshop. So
All right.
as it is very easy to make at home, so anyone can make it at the home. Yeah.
So what's your third enterprise?
Yeah, it's very interesting. So as I told you, as I got more involved into the environment, and then I realized, and we used to visit the landfills around us. What exactly goes into the landfills? And then I realized we talk about the single-use plastic or the plastic, but plastics, there is another kind of waste which is ending up into the landfills, and nobody is talking about that. That is textile waste.
Right.
Now the textile waste is the apparel waste or the other kind of textile. So it going into the landfills, especially in the urban landfills, because people now have very use and throw culture. You just buy your garments from the market and then just wear it for once or twice and then throw it. I mean, you can give it to your house help or your drivers or something, but end of the day, they are also throwing it into the dustbin, because they have so many of them. Everyone is donating. So I realized this waste, nobody is talking about this waste. So I started doing my research on that, and the research facts are very shocking. We'll not go on those parts, but I thought...
No, I would want you to actually elaborate on that, so that probably, people watching the episode might be conscious of what they're throwing into the earth.
Everyone must be conscious about the consumer part of them. I mean, we have to be very mindful and very thoughtful before consuming anything. The reduced part must be considered. We have to reduce our consumption. But talking about the textile waste, it's not about the textile we are producing in our own country. It's about the imported the garments we import from the other countries, from the European countries, and those garments end up in the thrift markets around. Although thrifting is very good thing, we should be doing thrifting, but we are not seeing the end journey part of that garment. Where will that garment will go when its life cycle will end? So we are importing, and it's the markets are abundant of there are abundant of garments, jeans, tops, everything, but it's just becoming a domestic waste, and it's not being tackled in a scientific manner.
Right.
It's being ended up in a landfill only. So it's not just our domestic production, it's the imported waste also. And abhi tak nobody was talking about it. Even the people working into the waste segment were not talking about it. But I started talking about this thing. I started talking about this textile waste in many forums. Now the situation is this, that the ministries or the government are thinking about putting an EPR on them. EPR is extended producer responsibility.
Okay.
It's just to take care of the garment waste. I'm not saying it's just mine effort, but yeah, the people have started talking about this thing. Actually, there are two segments of this textile waste. First is pre-consumer, the other is post-consumer.
Okay.
So post-consumer fabric waste or the textile waste is very difficult to handle because of we don't have any supply chain. It's just not existing. So as an individual or as a very small entrepreneur who don't have much fund to invest, I cannot do it for now, but I started with pre-consumer waste. That's easy to tackle,
Right.
but at least I'm doing something. That's my way of doing the things. At least I'm doing my bit for the things. So it's pre-consumer waste. So we pick up the shreddings from the tailoring units or the boutiques, and then we segregate in those trends into different categories. It's basically the fabric from the boutiques. So mainly the consumers are ladies or the women. So the women have so many variety of clothes.
True.
It's cotton, then it's satin, then it's silk, then it's brocade, then it's a different kind of weaves and different kinds of embroideries. I mean, if we start segregating it, there are at least 30 categories. We have to segregate these shreddings. So the size, color, as per the material and the embroidery of this thing, we segregate them, and then we create lifestyle and functional items. So those items or those things come as a handy, as a sustainable gifting. So many NGOs or many people who are conscious about environment, and they just want to gift, mindfully, and they need some sustainable gift. So those are the customer who just come to us and buy those products.
So what are the sizes of those bags?
No, it's not just the bags. There are many items.
Like?
There are home decorations, the party decorations we create out of this thing, and it's reusable party decoration. You don't have to put new decoration every time, or the plastic or the shiny material. It's one time investment, and then you can keep reusing it. So the decorations, normal these cloth bags, potli bags for gifting the things, and then beautiful jewelry, the handmade jewelry, hand curated jewelry, and some hair jewelry, some hair accessories, and some artifacts to put it up in your house or as a garden charms or something like that. I'll show you those items, and you'll get to know what I'm talking about.
So what is this brand called?
It's called Astitva. So it's basically a trust. It's a trust. So,
and under this trust, what are you doing?
Under this trust, the Astitva is mainly, it's broadly for environment and sustainable practices, but under one of its leg, we are doing this fabric upcycling and repurposing.
One thing I really wanted to ask you is, put a figure as to either, what is the bad impact on the environment, or how like you said, we've saved about 9 lakh of plates. So is there a figure like that for clothes also?
I totally believe in quantifying the impact. So as I told you, with the Crockery Bank for Everyone, we have been able to save around 9 lakh single-use plastic. And if I talk about the Bioenzyme cleaners, I mean, I started it again around 6 or 7 years back, and now till now, I think, if not less than, I think 2,000 liters or maybe 3,000 liters I've been able to sell. And again, through myself or through the people who are making it and selling it. And I'm using it for my personal use. So maybe again for around 250 liters I've been able to use. So 3,000 or 4,000 liters I've been able to sell. And again, it's the concentrated form, na?
Right.
It can be diluted, and that way the calculation can go on on a higher number. And the third one, Astitva, I started, and the Astitva, the trust started around 3 years ago. It's very new entity, and within 3 years, and including the COVID time when no activity was being held, so around 10 or 15,000 kg of fabric shreddings, we have been able to save them, lending them into the landfills.
And that's some amazing impact.
Yeah. So what smaller shreddings, we give away them to the NGOs or the individuals working for welfare of the wounded animals or the shelter homes. So they make the bed out of them, the shreddings, the small shreddings.
Right.
So we give the smaller shredding, we give them the segregated parts so that they don't have to make an extra effort. It's very small and tiny shredding, so they can make a bed out of it. So we give the leftover shreddings to them. Sometimes I also make beds and give away and donate them to the shelter homes or these kind of NGOs.
That's quite an impactful life that you're living. So what would you like to tell our viewers who want to make an impact to the environment in their own small ways?
It's very easy. You don't have to it's not a very rocket science ki you have to save the environment and you have to do any special course or any technical course. It's not that, just not like that. You just have to be very mindful and very thoughtful before using anything. If it is single use item, please try to say no to it. You can carry your own water bottle, you can carry your own cloth bag. Please don't use, if not more, then please stop using tissue papers. You can always carry your normal cloth handkerchief we used to carry. So carry your own stainless steel spoon, carry your own stainless steel straw. I always carry them in my bag. There is a bag and there is a bottle, there is a single stainless steel straw, stainless steel spoon and the stainless steel small glass. If I have to have tea somewhere, I never use even the paper cup. Even the paper cup is a single use. True. And it's not healthy, I'm telling you. Paper cup is again not healthy. But normally people think that it's paper cup and it's healthy. It's not healthy. And again, it's single use. Paper is also coming from some tree. So these are very small efforts you have to make. And if you start making those efforts, imagine if 140 crore people of India start doing the smaller bit. Imagine the impact.
So thank you, Samira, for your great insights. So this was Samira with us, and she had some great insights to share. And I'm sure this would make you also think a bit about the impact you can make on the environment, because all of us have just one planet. Let's save it. Thank you. Goodbye for now. We'll be back with another interesting episode next week. Bye-bye.